It's been one of the longest-running mysteries throughout this pandemic. Was all of the crucial data that was announced at those press conferences, for instance, there with Matt Hancock, actually accurate? Well, now, finally, we can give you some of the answer. And I want to start by casting your mind back to the 21st of May. It was one of those press conferences where the Health Secretary was actually giving it. And alongside it, there was this table of data, so deaths, number of tests and so on. And the key thing I want you to focus on here is this. The number of people tested, over 2 million, according to this data that was released at the time. Was that actually accurate? Well, let's have a look at what we've now learned. You can see this was what was said at the time, so those daily updates from the government. We know already the numbers for number of people tested in Northern Ireland, Wales and Scotland. And now, for the first time, following the Sky News investigation into data earlier on this week, the government has released data for England. And here's what it shows you. Just look, it's short of that total that we were told about earlier on in May. In fact, if I just kind of put those all together, that gap accounts for about 200,000 people. In other words, it was overstated. That total was overstated by about 200,000. So it shouldn't have been 2 million that the Health Secretary and indeed the government were talking about around that time. It should have been about 1.8 million. It's an enormous revision due to all sorts of double counting, and we have just had the data through. It's been a long-running mystery, as I say, because rather than just updating that data, the government, over the course of the next few weeks and indeed months, from the 23rd of May onwards, just said that data, look, was unavailable. Now we finally know it was simply unreliable, and we know the picture for sure, or indeed for sure as far as the latest data is concerned. Department for Health and Social Care says throughout the pandemic we've been completely transparent about the data we collect and publish and are always looking to improve our statistics, including on testing.